What's up, gang? Hope you're doing well. This video caught my eye because yesterday I was given a hard time about Anthony Edwards and some other players in the league about just playmaking needing to be the next step in their journey. And this is called This Makes Anthony Edwards Unstoppable. There you go. So this is by Howls and Growls. Go like, go subscribe. We're going to watch this. We're going to see. I haven't watched as much NBA this season as I would like. So hopefully this details how Anthony Edwards is unstoppable.
Anthony Edwards has leveled up again this season. His early season was hampered by an injury, but he's back to shooting the ball as well as anybody on the planet. He's starting to wreck defenses in the mid-range as well, and he's always going to be one of the most explosive drivers in the league. What's really been impressive so far this season, though, is his playmaking. He's in this kind of weird team dynamic where he's sharing the point guard duties with Julius Randle, but both of those guys have started to make it work recently, and that's partly...
My fear is that this is going to be very similar to like Kyrie and Luka, though. I still think having a, not necessarily a dedicated point guard, but someone who does understand pace and can deal with pressure, but also having multiple guys that can bring it up. I fear for that when they get to the playoffs. I hope Randle is playmaking at a level of once playoff teams start scouting and start putting in game plans, he can adjust. Regular season playmaking is far different than
down to a playmaking leap from Edwards. And really, I think there's a simple way to break this down. Edwards is becoming a 3-level playmaker. We talk a lot about 3-level scoring, but it's just as important for a superstar to be able to facilitate from all 3 levels as well. And that's just simply being able to make plays from the top of the floor, the middle of the floor, and from inside the paint.
Okay, so as much as I dislike the term 3-level scoring, I also dislike 3-level playmaking. I've never heard of it before. I just don't think it exists. It's more scenarios, right? As a good player, as a scorer, you've got to understand that like you can score 40 to 50 points if the other teams just don't game plan against you. Every team in the NBA has 1 or 2 of those guys that can just go score 40 or 50. But most of them have a general game plan they put in place just to be like, make sure he doesn't get 40 or 50, but make him take tough shots. Other than that, those guys are still going to score 30. It's more about like keeping everyone else to shooting low percentage shots. So as Anthony Edwards, it's like, how do you squeeze out an extra 5 points for yourself? So being a bit more efficient, or how do you squeeze out another 20 points for your team? So a couple ways to do this is just become a better scorer. So you can squeeze out 5 more points, but just be a better scorer, be more efficient, get to your spots more often.
Make plays.
Or anticipating when the other team is like really keyed in on you and trying to shut you down, anticipate the next read
from the top of the floor.
We saw this. I was watching a Gonzaga game the other day, and Graham Ike, who's their best player, I just scored over 2,000 career points. He's the focal point of the offense, and every time he caught it in the post, they would just send a double team, and he would just get startled, dribble out, and then kick it, and then the team would scramble out, and then nothing would come out of it. What Graham needs to do is understand, hey, they're going to double team me. Hey, guys, they're going to double team me. So you go here, let's get a cutter on the 45. So when you catch now, boom, hit that cutter, and he scores. Now the team has to think, wait, do we want to double? Do we want to keep doubling? Because that was a pretty good shot they got. This is where Anthony Edwards needs to get better. Dominate, get to the bucket, go score, and then start reading like, okay, they're going to have to double me because I've been scoring.
The middle of the floor.
And just being able to make these reads and these passes just like, boom.
Or
on time, on target.
And from inside the paint.
Very good.
And all of it stems from the way defenses are going to sell out to guard Anthony Edwards. If he's above the arc, it's about punishing these 2 defenders who stick to him off a ball screen and turning it into an advantageous situation for his offense.
And he didn't even get the assist here, but we talk about this watching the EuroLeague games. Like, you got to sprint off that ball screen and just swing it. That's the right play. He was still very slow here. This worked against the Jazz. I don't know if this works against the Thunder. I don't know if this works against the Trailblazers. I don't know if this works against the Heat. But that's where he's got to be better in the playoffs.
Ball screen and turning it,
being able to get that pass off straight away
into an advantageous,
like we preferably not a bounce pass, just boom, zip it, created the closeout, got the dominoes
situation for his offense. This has turned from a long-term weakness of Ants to a genuine strength right now. And really, he's just making the right reads against the coverages that he faces. So if the second defender is coming off the screener, inviting the help and then nailing the popping defender is coming.
I still think this is just not this is not very good by the Timberwolves.
Off
Naz Reid,
the screener, inviting.
Naz Reid has to like dive or take out that defender a little bit better, and Anthony Edwards needs to go full speed off. That's Kevin Love. That's Kevin Love. Look at all of this space that Anthony Edwards has. That's Kevin Love on an island. Anthony Edwards just needs to go full speed downhill. If Kevin Love doesn't completely cut it off, you keep going. If Kevin Love does cut it off, you just cross back to the middle and you go. But whatever it is, full speed right, full speed left, you're going to get by Kevin Love. I promise you. That's going to bring in the gap defender, or the help side defender, and then you just make that read. Okay? But Anthony Edwards does too much of this.
The help.
He's like probing out. Let's see what happens. Naz Reid didn't force them into a switch. They were able just to fight through that screen. Naz Reid's got to take that defender. He's either got to hit him, do the illegal screen like everyone else does in the NBA, or you got to roll and seal him.
And then nail.
So nothing really opens up. This actually just ended up being not great defense from Utah again.
Nailing the popping shooter on time.
I mean, even here, they're not even seeing the cutters. The Markkanen is telling him who's going up. Maybe they're switching. Maybe that's what they're supposed to do, playing a semi-zone, and they're just switching those two. Markkanen's going to take the cutter here, and Dante DiVincenzo lifts, and they'll just switch it.
And on a
But I mean, they're not flying around, and it gave up a really deep three. I don't know if this is showing off Ant's playmaking too well.
Is his most simple read as a playmaker. We're going to see a lot of missed shots coming from his passes here, but I like that he's continued to keep making the right play all season long. Again, he just keeps it simple. If Naz Reid's man stays here with Ant, spoon it off to Reid as quick
So they'll go screen
as possible, get the defense into
That's a good read.
rotation, find an open shot. There's nothing overly special about these passing reads, but if you've watched Anthony Edwards throughout his career, you'll know that he hasn't always processed those reads as quick as he is right now. And
so again, there's probably not enough game film right now to really say for sure if Anthony Edwards is that much improved as a playmaker. He is making a good point right now of like Anthony Edwards was worse than this though at playmaking and just making the quick, snappy read and what to do next. This was another thing he was really bad at, is once you pass the ball off, getting it back. You could tell he almost does it right here where he just kind of like walks away from the ball. He used to just walk away and stand, but he does come back to it this time, which is good. It used to be such a bad habit.
Which forces backside help and leaves defenses no choice but to just give up open looks.
That's good.
Ant hasn't really had that pocket pass in his playmaking bag consistently before this season, and with the way...
Yeah, I would still like to see him be more involved once he passes, but again, 82 games, it's hard to tell star players like this, like, always be going 100%.
Pass
right?
in his playmaking bag.
But again, it's a playoff habit that hopefully it just switches on
consistently before this season.
Like again, this is where you just cut straight to the basket.
And with the way teams defend him, it's an even better way to bust open a defense than just hitting the shooter on the pop all the time. Because if he's coming off a ball screen blitz and just leading the man into this rolling lane with the pass, this defender has to slide across to cover.
Man, they're asking Rudy Gobert to do a lot of playmaking though. I think Utah's okay with this.
The roll, and McDaniels can now drift in off the corner for a short roll bucket. There's no assist there for Edwards, but that's the kind of pass to begin a possession.
This kind of scares me for the watching this is really scaring me for the Timberwolves in the playoffs. I hope to be wrong because Anthony Edwards is one of my favorite players, but this is scaring me for the playoffs.
On the backside. This is the point guard.
I don't think this is what's going to get it over the hump. Gobert does need to improve on this. So this is good that they're doing it, but this is not going to get it done. Like hitting Gobert in the short roll and then standing and watching. I don't like it. I don't like
kind of things that Ant is being asked to do more this season, and he's doing it at a higher level more often. If he's consistently feeding the pop bigs and the roll bigs,
again, probably one dribble too long,
out of pick and roll, he becomes a...
And again, hopefully this is just what he gets better at the more reps he gets. Again, you get 82 games to practice this, so hopefully someone's like, hopefully they're anticipating like the playoffs, everything's a split second quicker. So One less dribble on everything he takes is going to make all the difference. Being able to anticipate those reads, obviously.
And same as before.
But that high pick and roll to Gobert and on the short roll, I just don't think is the formula.
Just step-by-step reads from this level. The most simple is just drawing defense.
This is where I think Anthony Edwards actually needs to be doing his playmaking. Driving to the basket. You don't need a screen every time. Like, just being able to ISO and get to the basket and create plays. This is very like Shea-like. He needs to take a page out of Shea's book. Run your team offense, great, but if it's not there, you get to the basket and you play make on your own. I actually think they're better this way.
Around him, and then making the kick out pass to find
and his teammates getting used to, like, where's he going to drive? Where does he like to kick the ball? That sort of
shooters
stuff.
Or drivers. As he becomes more of a threat to score in the mid-range, he's going to face more coverages like this.
Again, like just recognizing just one dribble sooner. Everything's just one dribble late, like right here. Like if he can kick that straight away,
and then making
but he always takes one more dribble.
The kick out pass.
Whereas Steph Curry, like make that pass just like one dribble sooner, and then you can cut through, relocate, get the ball back, and play again.
To find shooters or drive.
It's like he's driving. I had a lot of teammates like this. They would drive to hopefully get the kick out for the assist rather than like just move it on early to the next pass.
As he becomes more of a threat to score.
And we'll see it right here. Like right here, you're already triple teamed. Like swing it on and then just relocate and then play again off a closeout. You are not going to get anything off this.
He's going to face more coverages like this, and his awareness of his pressure release passes has grown a ton throughout his career, and it does feel like it's gone up again this season. He's not over dribbling anymore, he's just reading the defense.
Again, I'm being super critical of Anthony Edwards only because like I really believe he's MVP talent player. I think he will possibly win an MVP, but I hope he keeps taking the strides because, again, we see players' athleticism and we think they're going to keep the athleticism forever. And then how quickly it disappears. You look at someone like a Ja Morant. That's kind of what's happening to him. He hasn't built up any other skills, and he just thrived off his athleticism. And now he's about to get another coach fired. We'll probably talk about that on the channel too. I've got a lot of things I want to say about that.
Him with the pump fake before finally putting a driving, and then the
hold
floor.
on. This is the same thing here.
Forces this defender into the play.
Like getting your teammates playing off of the ball with you. And again, it's tough because Anthony Edwards kind of needs to teach them this. This is something you would always assume like a coach will do this for you. But sometimes good players need to teach their teammates what to do. A lot of the coaches are great at X's and O's, but they're not as good at this sort of stuff. This is like the Chris Paul, LeBron, the Kobe's, obviously Jordan. Like, but being able to teach your teammates how to play with you, and like getting McDaniel be like, hey, dude, anytime they're looking at me, like you relocate
to help,
I'll hit you,
and then overcommits him with the pump fake before
But like now McDaniels is catching it with the defender a little bit closer, but
driving lane
still
on
makes
a
the play
for Jaden McDaniels. Those extra details turn good shots into great shots. Just the way he's able to control the whole floor here, keeping his defender in jail with the dribble, forcing this defender to stay low in help, and then whipping an offhand.
Again, it's that one dribble too long, right? Markkanen almost got that, but if he makes this pass here, look how much. Look how open McDaniels is. But he goes one more dribble.
This defender to stay low in help, and then whipping.
Two more dribbles. So he goes two more dribbles into it, which Markkanen is already closing out now.
An offhand
and makes it a little bit tougher again. So those are probably just the little things that we could change. I don't want to get into this too much because I'm really ripping into Anthony Edwards, and also Housing Grouse has done a great job like showing a lot of these plays, breaking it down. So go watch his video, the full video, like, subscribe, and also tell me where I'm wrong. I just think this is the next thing that Anthony Edwards needs to add to his game is just that playmaking aspect. It feels like I'm being critical only because if I had to bet on them winning like in the playoffs, I think he's going to do really well because individually he's a great talent. Their team has great players. They've got great defenders, but it still seems like there's a little bit more he needs to bring in the playmaking aspect, like 2 feet into the key rather than those really high pick and rolls. But again, he's going to be getting 82 games worth of reps. So hopefully that gets him prepared for the playoffs. And honestly, Randall, they're really going to need Randall doing this too. He's going to have to be getting 2 feet in the key, but also prepared to make the right plays. We saw it the other day, and I was being super critical of Randall, but it's just, if you haven't seen it in however many years, what makes you think like 1 year is automatically going to be the year? So hopefully they do. Like I said, Anthony Edwards is one of my favorite players, and this is like the one piece missing to his game. He's got everything else. So if he adds this, very scary. I do want the Wolves to make a deep run in the playoffs, and I think he deserves, because like, he's gotten there at such a young age. Everyone's bored of it now. Everyone's bored of his success. So hopefully he can climb that hump and get the respect he deserves. So I appreciate this. Let me know what you guys think. Go like and subscribe. House and Growls. I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys in the next one.